Welcome, everyone, to the Undergeared podcast. I'm Sue.
I'm Harv. Dude, I got a story to tell you about small world shit. So, our friend Ryan, okay, we were talking with a couple of our other friends who are in the Air Force, and they wanted to add Ryan on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's like, yeah, my name's Ryan, so-and-so. And he was like, hey, our other friend was like, hey, how do you know this woman? And he's like, oh, I went to high school with her. And he's like, there's no fucking way. She was stationed at the same Air Force base as us.
What the hell?
All the way across the country.
What the hell?
And then he like texted her and was like, hey, do you remember Ryan from, this high school? And she was like, yeah, I do. Like, we used to ride the same bus going to school and shit like that. And I'm like, it really is a small world. That was really freaky.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, nothing is weirder than like meeting someone in your adult life and then going to add them on social media and then seeing mutuals. Like, who the fuck are you?
Oh yeah, that gets scary.
Who the fuck? Hey, guess what, dude?
What's up?
We got motherfucking AOTC.
That's right, we did. We got that shit on Wednesday.
Oh my god. At long last.
Dude, felt so fucking free.
It's really nice to finally get it. I was kind of concerned after prior week and how we were struggling at the beginning of the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because everyone says that Gallywix is easier than Muggsy. So the fact we were struggling on like the first two phases, I'm like, how long is this gonna take? Don't let this be what's her name, the final boss from last season. That one took us a while.
Oh, answer it. I wasn't with you guys.
Oh, you weren't? Yeah.
No. I took a break. Like I rushed last season really hard. Like I got KSM, and then I pugged my did I pug it? No, I think I played with my brother and his guild, and they were progging Ansarek, and I was there. I didn't do shit. It was mainly my brother. So I got it super early. I got it fucking 2 months before the guild did, and I just stopped playing.
Wow, dude. Didn't even want to achieve it with the same time.
Well,
shameful.
Listen, that was at a time when I really didn't want to fucking do anything.
Oh.
I wanted to get the shit done and then fucking stop.
Maybe you should have just taken a break from the game.
Nah, fuck that. No rush everything. But yeah, dude.
I disagree. I enjoy accomplishing things with the guild.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I do too, but when it's a fucking standstill and you're getting 1 or 2% progression, it doesn't feel very good.
No.
I want there's a certain point where progression feels good.
Mm-hmm. And
if you're past that point where it's we're getting 0.5% down each time,
mm-hmm.
Getting better and better, yeah, that's progression, but it sucks.
I need progression where it feels like every time we wipe, we're doing something better. I don't want to keep making the same mistakes we made the first 10 pulls on the 30th pull. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By that point, that should be locked in. So it was nice this week that we finally got it down. And the first two phases were completely, they were locked. They were good.
Oh, yeah, dude. Honestly, once everybody kind of got, locked in and, dialed in and, focused up and shit like that, it was... The first half of the fight was cakewalk. It was the second half that we really didn't see.
Oh my god,
too often.
It got so chaotic at the end,
bro. Oh my god. I'll tell you what. If Blizzard doesn't fucking grow a brain and add better fucking hitboxes.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Oh my god, I hunted. Okay, the hunt, for those who don't know, is a demon hunter ability. It's one of your main cooldowns, minute and a half. It procs your fucking hero talent, your Eldrachi Reaver, does massive damage over time, and you heal off of the damage dealt to the target. Fucking fantastic ability. But the problem is, it's a dash.
Yeah.
It's a dash, and it puts you in the Gallywix fight literally on the edge of the fucking hole. There's a big hole in the center of the fucking arena.
Mm-hmm.
It puts you on the edge of that thing.
Listen, I don't want to hear it. I got shadow stepped into the hole.
Listen, I hunted into the hole and I had to backflip out, and that was on our kill. On our kill.
That's pretty sick. You didn't have that recorded?
Hell no. Are you out of your mind? Dude, listen.
I was streaming that. Maybe I can go back and see.
I was locked in. I was locked in that fight. Like like my mic was like pushed all the way to the side. Like my posture was that of like a shrimp. All right, I was shrimping it that fight.
Yeah, it's like those memes of guys who go into gamer mode when they have like a controller or something. They're like leaning back, and then when it gets serious, you like lean forward.
Yeah, that was me. Like that entire night, almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. Once we got to like 10% or whatever, I'm like, okay, we got this. Like it's let's lock the fuck in. I'm 100% focused. But no, they got to fix that fucking hitbox, because let me tell you, the amount of times I shadow stepped like fucking 2 feet next to me, even though he was on the other side of the room, like especially there's like a transition or something where he goes from one edge to another, and we have like a big circle we have to run out of. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. His hitbox doesn't change until he actually gets to the other side. So like he'll be halfway across, and I go to shadow step, and I'm in the middle of the circle we're trying to get out of, and I'm like, I'm fucking dead. What the fuck is this? I'll show you a clip. It happened so many times, and I finally figured out towards the end I have to wait until he gets there, and then it updates his hitbox. And even on the ad phases and stuff, when we're moving him around a bunch, his hitbox doesn't update, because like the amount of times I shadow stepped and I didn't end up behind him fucking killed me.
Yeah. No, dude, I get that, dude. Fellblade does the same thing. Like, okay, so the way that Fellblade works is if you're within melee range, like if you can auto attack something, you will stand completely still when you Fellblade, which is cool, because Fellblade consumes all your soul fragments that are out on the ground, and it gives you a ton of like fury or whatever it's called, like your resource. But the problem is, if you are just like 1 centimeter outside of melee range, you will dash like usually on top of them, and puts you in a very bad position, which sucks. And that's on like a 6 or 7 second cooldown, and then it resets whenever you backflip as well. So you're using Fellblade quite a bit. That's one of your main like generators. But the problem is, it just puts you in such a bad spot. It is such a whack ability. I wish there was like a way that you could like choose not to dash.
It's
it
like
could
a
only be
modifier.
used. Yeah, you can only choose to like be in melee range to use it.
Yeah, like imagine they had like 2 abilities or something, and like you could macro one to this button and then put a shift modifier on it if you want to dash.
You wouldn't even have to do that. I mean, it's just like with Elemental Shaman, your Earthquake, you can either put it on top of a target, or you can put it to wherever your mouse is, like an actual targeted ability. Same thing with Priest Shadow Crash, because people always complained that, hey, this fucking tank just brings them out of my Shadow Crash every time, and I just can't do fucking damage.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Okay, fine. Here you go. They snap their fingers, and they're like, now it goes onto a target, but it's capped.
I don't know. Just
have fun.
Get good.
Have fun, Shadow Priest.
Fucking aim it correctly. I don't have no issues.
Is that so?
Yeah. I got some more
Wanna put
gear on
money
my
on
shadow. we could put money on that. You just can't talk to Brunick ahead of time and tell him to like fuck me over.
I would never talk to Brunick ahead of time about that. I'd be tanking the dungeon.
So you would be the one fucking me over.
We would never fucking stop moving. And I would look and see how many shadow crashes you actually hit.
Yeah. At the very least, it would be a fun run. Just like my bear tanking.
Oh my god, dude. That was fun.
That was fun. We should make that a whole video in and of itself with the audio. Did you record the audio?
No, I didn't.
Damn.
I just recorded the video.
Oh, that was an experience, okay?
That was an experience.
I don't know.
Hey.
What?
Get the fellas on. We can do that.
Maybe we'll do that today. I got a bit more gear because I finally unlocked the delve thing, the tier. Where you can like buy, you can just basically buy veteran gear. So I
that's
filled
really nice.
out, I had like a fucking piece from last season on my chest for my bear, still 587.
Wait, how did you even get that? You just leveled this character up in season 2.
It was in my
Warband
bank. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
why.
That makes sense.
And it was better than what I had on from questing. I was thinking the same thing just now. I'm like, where did I fucking get that? I just made this guy. Man, tanking is fun. I just want to be more tanky because the entire time my butt is clenched, I'm sweating, maximum APM, just trying to keep myself fucking alive.
Yeah, he presses that Iron Fur and Frenzied Regeneration so damn good.
Like, I can't even like focus on trying to get all of the aggro because I have like half the mobs on me and I'm still dying. I only have so long with my my wall up and all my defensives, and then after that I'm like, guys, I'm dead. I'm dead now.
There was quite a few times actually that you'd charge in, swipe, instantly die, and I'd be like, guys, fucking run quick. Sue's fucking dead. We got to get out of here. And like we'd stop by the door. I throw down like darkness, try to LOS him, and then you're like, I got this. Jump in, die again. I'm like, all right.
I think that did happen one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any defensives. I don't think Brunick had any healing cooldowns left. Like this poor man having to cocoon me on fucking cooldown every single time.
Yeah, that was.
I felt really good.
But in the bubble. Hey, say what you want. We still timed those keys. And I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
So that's got to mean something, right?
Yeah. We'll just have to turn my volume down a bit because there was a lot of yelling.
And that volume up, dude.
A lot of panic.
There was a lot of panic. But everybody's having a good time. Everybody was laughing, smiling, giggling.
Yeah. But yeah, I've never main tanked in raid before. Like I've tanked over the years. To be fair, I also haven't fucking tanked bear since like Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah, I've never tanked bear, like, period. The only tanks I've ever done like at a higher up level is warrior and blood DK.
Bear is a lot different. We have way more buttons to push and it's great. I think I had like 3 back then. It was mangle, maul, and swipe. That was it. I don't even think we had thrash. And then I think we had like 1 fucking big defensive and then bark skin.
No Iron Fur?
No, there was no Iron Fur back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Apparently they just reworked Bear Tank too. I could have had even more defensive, more self-healing. Like Frenzied Regeneration was on a shorter cooldown, I think. Or something like that, or you got more charges so you could use it more often, but now they changed it. Why the fuck would they do that? I like self-healing. I don't.
Man, if you like self-healing, you would love Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
Demon Hunter goes crazy with that self-healing.
I was waiting for you to say Blood DK. And then I was going to leave
Blood
the
DK.
call.
That is the worst fucking tank. Okay.
I thought they were good,
It's not the worst
though.
tank.
I thought they were good because our tank in our raid is good. Like.
They are, yeah. But the thing, this is my personal gripe with Blood DKs. It's when you go into a fight, right? Your health goes up and down really drastically.
That's scary.
Like if you don't have the proper stuff, you will purg. And if you don't heal, if you don't have enough, runic power to death strike, you're just gonna fucking die.
Yeah. And
dying even with purg is embarrassing. That's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but then
all tanks health yo-yo like that. Like there's no. Go on.
That's inherently the issue, though, is like giving them too much durability would make them fucking OP with their self-healing. So it's kind of like that is the trade-off. Is like they have this crazy self-healing, but they can't really like they can sustain their health with self-healing, but they're not durable, so their health just fucking drops.
It kind of how it was like at the beginning of season 1 when tanks were like paper. It was awful. But real quick, tanks, in my opinion, were too durable. They needed to be toned down a little bit, but I think they're still a little weak. They do a lot of damage, but survivability is a little iffy at times. Did you ever do any of the break the meta stuff in like the off seasons?
No.
In like season 3 of Dragonflight, break the meta for demon hunters, you had to have a full group of demon hunters. No healers. It was all demon hunters.
Did it work?
Yes.
Fuck
it was
yeah.
that good.
Do they have like AoE healing with their self healing, or is it just exclusive?
Oh
to
yeah,
them?
dude.
Okay.
Yeah, their fucking spirit bomb. Oh yeah.
It heals the group.
No, it heals yourself. But listen, if one guy's alive, I mean, but demon hunters also have a ton of leech, like to begin with.
Yeah.
Like just regular, like the DPS. As long as they're not, Jimmy the Minecraft prince over there standing in circles because he thinks it's cool or whatever.
We need to make that a shirt.
Jimmy the Minecraft prince.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't play Minecraft anymore. I play Roblox.
Play Roblox.
Dude, speaking of Roblox, Chipotle.
Yeah.
Chipotle is making a Roblox game. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
For whatever reason, Chipotle, the food company, the restaurant, is making a Roblox game, and it's essentially a training video on how to make Chipotle burritos.
Oh my god.
And like the more that you play, you can collect these cards and shit like that.
Yeah.
There's like 53 cards or whatever. The first 50,000 people to collect all of them, they get a free burrito from Chipotle.
Has that all been redeemed yet? Do we still have a chance?
I don't think it's out yet, but my nearest Chipotle is like fucking 2 hours away.
If we joined this game and got one of those 50,000, you would fucking drive those 2 hours to get your free burrito.
Bro, okay, Chipotle is just Taco Bell for soccer moms. I'm sorry. Chipotle fucking sucks.
Chipotle is overrated. It's all right.
Good.
Like, it's not as good as people make it out to be.
Okay. Living in Missouri, there's a lot of cultures here. We have a ton of like authentic Mexican restaurants ran by Mexicans and Hispanics. Why on earth would I go to an Americanized Mexican restaurant when I could go to a authentic one and get a much better deal? And dude, get some fucking fajitas. They be sizzling on that fucking plate. I love that shit, dude. Everybody turns and looks.
Yeah.
Everybody turns and looks at you and be like, "Damn, what'd he get?"
Yep. Even when you order that at like some chain restaurants, you get the fajitas. I used to do that as a kid just because I wanted the spectacle. I wanted the.
Dude, sweet. Yeah. So sick.
My shit's sizzling. Have you ever burnt your finger on it though?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, good. What do you mean by that?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who fucking burnt their finger. Even though they always set it on the table and they're like, be careful, it's hot. Don't touch the metal. Only touch the wood.
Yeah, dude, it's sizzling. It is literally so hot that it is bubbling right now.
Yeah, but like the wood part isn't hot, so how hot can the metal part be? I don't know.
Man, I don't understand thermodynamics.
Explain
wood
that.
Is an insulator.
Yeah.
Wood is an insulator. That's why it doesn't get hot like that.
What is an insulator? Do you even know how to explain it?
Fuck no, dude.
Yeah,
I dropped out of fucking art school. You think I'm gonna fucking know that shit? You're out of your fucking mind. I dropped out of painting. You want to know what I'm thinking though?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we talk about the one button rotation.
Oh my god. This
and
was
the priority helper. No more Hakili Henrys.
Dude, this video dropped and I fucking messaged you. Wasn't it like late or something? Or early in the morning? And I'm like, dude,
I think it was early.
A crazy video just dropped. And you're like, this is 40 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm watching it right now. And you're like, I'm going to watch this before we record at some point. Did you watch it by chance?
No.
Okay. That's all right. Because I was taking notes.
Okay, that's not entirely true. Okay, I didn't watch like from start to finish. I did watch like a highlight
Yeah.
of all the major stuff. So I do know what's going on, but the little intricate details, I might have missed those.
Yeah. I found it like a really good video, at least until towards the end. They kind of lost me, but like majority of the video, I found the philosophical parts of it really interesting to hear from like Ian himself, what he thinks of it.
Bro, speaking of Ian, you know that guy's, he's a like the real deal. He's a gamer.
He is, yeah.
He made videos on WoW many years ago talking about how to get the Zul'Gurub mounts, like the timed one and stuff like that. Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No.
Ian and his guild, like they were like serious. They were like real WoW gamers. Like he's not just some fucking industry guy.
Yeah.
Like he came, like he was one of us.
See, I think I heard of that. I just didn't know he was like making videos and shit.
No, he did. He showed everybody how to get the Zul'Gurub like bear mount, the Almani battle bear and shit like that.
That's awesome. See,
like back when it was still timed and like still relatively difficult, and you needed a group for it. Yeah,
that makes me happy. We got the right people in the right positions. I've always liked Ian.
Sometimes I like Ian too.
Overall,
I think he's all right.
I like to believe that he's trying to make the best decisions for the game, but he's usually got his hands tied with like higher up business type things, you know?
Oh yeah.
Because he seems incredibly knowledgeable, like more knowledgeable than obviously I am about the game and the intricacies, the behind the scenes stuff, the data.
Yeah.
But to make all of these dumb decisions as far as like game design goes, it has to be something like beyond his pay grade making those decisions.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, I think this is a great decision. The combat assist. Combat assist will be coming in 11.1.7. There will be 2 modes available. One will guide your rotation, and the other is a 1-button macro, and that's what everyone is getting their panties in a twist over. And I think it's ridiculous. There's going to be so much huff and puff from like the more hardcore community about this for a feature that is not going to fucking affect them in any way. You are not going to see someone using the 1-button macro in a +10. It's just not going to happen.
I'm going to do it.
We can do it for the memes. I'm
going to do it. I'm going to do it just because I'm fucking lazy.
We should do it for Brunick's key. So he can just be like the whole time, my key.
That's messed up that you want to destroy our friend's key. I, for one, would never do that.
He offers it up as sacrifice. He offered it up when I was tanking.
That's true. But I mean, so I'm split between it. I think I'm. It's weird. It's weird to say, and like the 1-button macro is supposed to be for like accessibility, right? Like people who can't navigate a keyboard optimally to play their class, right? Which I think adding accessibility options in video games is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
But this does come with a drawback. There's a 0.2 second bonus to global cooldown times. But the way that I'm thinking about it is if you're playing a caster, the global cooldown starts as soon as you press the button. So is this just not going to affect casters?
I never considered that.
Because like you can throw an ice bolt and like the moment that cast finishes, you can start casting another one on like Frost Mage.
Yeah.
So like if you get a real cast heavy class like that, it's going to be essentially automated gameplay. So I don't know if they're going to be taking steps in like directions to add the global cooldown after that or what. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, surely there's something in place for that. I'd like to think they've thought of that. But no, I hadn't considered that yet. That's a good point.
Yeah, like if you get, for example, like a really cast heavy class like Warlock, like Warlock's only got like a couple of instant cast abilities and stuff like that. Most of them are very cast heavy.
Yeah.
There'd be no downside not like you'd almost be at a disadvantage not running the one button macro.
Surely
But
they've thought of that.
I would sincerely hope so.
I almost want to like go check the PTR and see what it's like.
That'd be sick.
Because it's up there right now.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be fun. But they make you
The
download
rotation
a whole
helper.
extra fucking version of the game.
I don't got space for that. I barely got space for this podcast.
Exactly.
I'm gonna buy a external SSD soon, just for this.
Yeah, I feel bad. You got like the short end of the stick on that because like audio takes up no space.
Yeah. But that's fine. But what I'm really concerned about is the rotation thing.
Like
'Cause
how good it actually is.
yeah, because like if you program it yourself, like if it's something like, okay, for you example,
Mm-hmm.
you play an assassination rogue, you can tell like you could give me the list of abilities, like the exact rotation,
Mm-hmm.
and I could punch it in my calculator and I could do just as well as you, as long as I know where all the keys are on my keyboard.
Yeah.
I could have it like in the center of my screen, and I could just be doing it. Almost seems like it's like a gimmick on like teaching people how to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know like how well, like that's the thing. People have been bringing up the idea that this is going to teach people how to play a new class. I don't think it'll teach people how to play, but it'll supplement the lack of knowledge they might have on a particular class if they had just boosted it to max level and they just want to play it. They don't want to have to look up guides and shit. Like it'll fill in that gap. But I don't think just having a button tell you what ability you need to press next is going to teach you how to play, because like you don't know why you're pressing that ability.
Yeah, I don't. It like I said, it depends on how like in depth they go with it, because there's a lot of like proc reliant classes and stuff like that. Like shaman, for example, like you're not doing just like a set rotation over and over. You are really reliant on like, oh, did you get a lava lash proc? Did you get a crash lightning proc? Doom winds, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to go on the fly. But there's a lot of classes that are not proc reliant, and that you can essentially just kind of throw somebody's rotation on there and play Dance Dance Revolution and do really good damage.
Well, that's okay. So Ian actually, I think, touched on that. He said like the system is obviously not going to be perfect when it first releases. It's going to be something they continue to iterate on, and they're going to update as like new theory crafting is available and as the game changes and balance changes. But the goal is for it to be smart enough to like know, okay, I have these buffs up right now, these procs, I'm going to do this ability instead. But that remains to be seen, because I've already seen footage on Twitter of people being like, yeah, for Feral Druid, it's not doing this and that. Don't worry, this isn't going to be in your high keys. Like it's not performing nearly as good as it should.
Yeah, I mean, if it is just to kind of get a feel for the class, I think it would be better.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if they're trying to constantly improve it, like all you would have to do is wait long enough, and then you never have to learn a single class ever again. You can go in with minimal knowledge of how the class actually plays and do good damage, have good results right off the get-go. You don't have to put any time or effort into learning how the class plays, what to do, where to stand, stuff like that. I think it would take away personally from part of the experience, because one of my favorite things, because like I joined the guild on my shaman and I didn't know how to fucking play it. I'll be completely honest. I was brain dead. I was clueless. I was asking people in the guild, I'm like, who should I talk to learn how to play this class? And they pointed me towards Brunick.
Yeah.
And another guy, which hasn't played fucking shaman in like fucking 4 expansions or something like that. So
is that how you and Brunick became friends?
Yeah.
Aww. Origin stories.
Yeah. And then, but like the problem is, if if I can just wait long enough and have it do my entire rotation for me, it doesn't incentivize people to like grow, right? It I don't know.
I think the people
Maybe it's like a weird pride thing, but
yeah, but I think the people who want to get better aren't going to use this forever. Everyone knows that they're going to be at a disadvantage with the higher GCD, and they're just not going to.
Well, that's for the one button on the rotation helper. There's not a bonus GCD, is there?
No, there isn't. But yeah, they just highlight the ability.
Yeah, and that's almost like Dance Dance Rev. I mean, that's kind of similar to what Hikili does. Hikili is not supposed to be a rotation like helper. Like, it's not supposed to tell you what to press. It's priority of what to click, right?
So is it like showing you multiple abilities that you could press?
Yeah.
Okay.
It shows you, like, people use it as a rotation helper, but that's not what it's supposed to be. Like, I use it for, it tells me when my trinkets are up and like major cooldowns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like I won't have to like search for them on my hotbar, and I don't have to get a big ass weakor on the side of my screen that says, "Hey, press House of Cards now." You know, but
yeah,
Hikili is often wrong. It's like, oh yeah, you can press this button right now, but you're in a lava lash proc. You know, you should be spreading lava lashes to literally everything that you possibly can, not pressing this button.
Yeah.
So I mean.
See, that's the nuance that's going to be lost within like this combat assist, because I noticed they were showing footage of an assassination rogue using it, and the assassination rogue popped Shiv or Kingsbane and popped Shiv, but they're not explaining like why you would want to do that, right? Because
I also seen I watched that exact video, that little clip on Twitter. They had that motherfucker use a throwing knife
when he's in melee.
When he's in like melee, he's like auto attacking. There's it popped up like the throw knife ability.
That is not correct.
When's the last time you fucking used that ability ever?
I use it.
Is it on your bar?
Yeah, I use it in delves when I have to like get rid of the webs on the ground, and I just need like a ranged attack
that's fair.
to hit it.
That's fair.
I've never used it to build combo points though. I used it more in PvP to like keep.
Does it even build combo?
It does.
Build combo point. Okay.
Yeah, but most of the time, if I need a quick extra combo point to hit my Death Stalker proc, I just fan of knives. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
know why.
I guess only time will tell how this Hikili killer is gonna work.
I think it's gonna be great for someone like my girlfriend who just wants to fucking explore the world and
that's fair, and like I wouldn't have any qualms with that. I mean, that's a very fair and valid point. I mean, it would get somebody who's newer at the game and maybe not has like a bunch of time to sink into a class and figure out the ins and outs of it, to kind of get them going in the right direction.
Yeah, I talked to her about it a bit. She's more excited about the Dance Dance Revolution version.
Oh my god,
the highlighting, because like she wants to. I would imagine she wants to feel more like she's actually playing the game rather than just pressing one button and then the game gets.
We'll tell her to pick a different class. My bad. I apologize.
We already got so much heat for our opinions on hunters and paladins. Okay, we don't need any more.
You mean your opinions?
No more opinions. This is an opinionless podcast.
No. Opinions is what gets people views.
I don't want the smoke. Right?
Listen, you don't think I've seen the Paladin versus Rogue video.
Yeah.
Rogues won, barely.
Hey, you take that back.
Anyway. Listen, I mean, okay, Hunter's skill ceilings is not that high, to be perfectly honest. Anybody will say that.
Yeah, there it goes. Your ceiling is not that high.
But no, I can definitely see someone like her being new into a game that has 20 plus years of content and shit like that to explore, aiding her a lot.
Yeah, just
and being beneficial. But like the issue that I think is gonna happen is people are gonna go into that with a false confidence that, oh, my rotation's good now, I can go into higher up content and then it's going to start tanking people's keys.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it'll come to that. There is still the possibility. There's always going to be that one person, but I think overall people are going to realize like this is not fucking optimal. I'm not going to bring this into a plus 10.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see like how obvious it is that the DPS is lower, because I don't know if the system how well the system accounts for like changes in situation. You're like, what if you're like chain pulling and there's one mob left and you're like single target, and then all of a sudden you got fucking 3 or 4 mobs extra on top of you because the tank pulled more? Is it gonna quickly change priorities and start AoEing or whatever?
Yeah.
And
Hakili does that.
Yeah.
By default, it takes into consideration how many enemies are actively being fought.
Yeah. And
like in battle and shit like that.
Another thing it doesn't really account for is like in like a rogue scenario, you want to get rupture on like 3 targets ideally, because that's how you're gonna build energy when it's like AoE, and that's how you do better damage. And it's not gonna account for that because the rotation is only reliant, like it's based on who you're currently targeting and not everyone else. It's not gonna target things for you.
Yeah.
Because I noticed in a video that it does dot up other targets if you switch targets, but it's not going to tell you to switch targets.
Well, it actually might, because Hakili does that. It like during like Lava Lash procs, it'll tell you like switch target, use Lava Lash on somebody else.
Ah, see, that's cool.
It is cool, but I mean,
yeah, we'll have to.
Sometimes it's like not good. Like it was telling me like earlier to fucking use, what was it, Fell Blade on another target. I'm like, that it doesn't do anything. it does the same thing. If I Fell Blade this guy, it's gonna do the same as if I did it on this guy.
What do you mean? The add-on told you to do it. You gotta trust the add-on.
Yes. Do as the add-on
do
commands.
as the add-on commands, and you will have max DPS.
Yes.
Yes.
Not even. Not
yes,
even
sir.
Do not download Hakili.
Do not. Not even one time.
I have it only so I don't have to download weak auras.
I'm only just hearing about it recently. Like with this drama, I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, but there's other add-ons that do essentially the same thing. Like there's one called like Total Damage or something like that.
I think I've heard of that one before. Yeah.
That one, and like it's essentially one guy that just programs the optimal rotation in, and that's it. And he's like, yes, it only works for this class, and this class. And if I figure out the rotations for everybody else, I'll put them in. And I'm like,
that's so
what the
funny.
fuck?
That's a G.
It's just like, it's like your brother standing behind you telling you like how to play the game.
Well, that would be me essentially trying to teach someone how to play Rogue, and then they're like, well, I want to play Subtlety. And I'm like, well, you're out of luck, dude. I'm not gonna, I don't have
You're playing
anything
Assassination.
Yep. Literally, like, yeah.
Speaking of famous rogues.
Yeah.
Wreckful.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that guy?
I love that guy. I miss him.
Dude, he was so cool.
He was dope. Just a good human.
R.I.P. Wreckful. But unfortunately, he is in the news for something possibly controversial.
Yeah.
His brother, I believe his name is Gary. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, sold his account.
Fuck Gary.
Not okay. So it's not his original account. His original account is still banned. Or shit that's legal now.
It's so arbitrary.
Like arena boosting.
Mm-hmm. When that wasn't even what he was doing.
No, he was just playing. But I mean, he did gain rating, so I guess you could argue the fact
by
that
definition, yeah, but like that's not what the intention was. It was his friend who had a leveled up character he wanted to try.
Yeah, I mean, that was back when it took a really long time to level up in gear for arenas. Like now you can do it in like an afternoon.
Yeah, even still, I don't think he would want to do it. He hated questing so much.
Yeah.
He hated leveling. Was this before boosts?
Yes.
Because he most certainly could have afforded a boost.
Yeah, Wreckful was very well off. He was very wealthy. December 26th of 2014 is when
When
Wreckful was originally banned.
Damn. 2014.
2014. That was Warlords of Draenor.
Oh my god.
So yes, the boost was out. Boost came out no. When did the WoW boost come out?
I think it was Warlord of Draenor.
It was introduced earlier that year. It was Draenor.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Time flies.
Dude, can you believe that it's already been over 5 years since Wreckful died?
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
Oh my god, it has.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be 6 this year.
Wow. That's insane.
Insane, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he played on this WoW account in like 2018, maybe 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely during BFA. He picked it back up because people were like, hey, play it, and he was like, fuck it. Anyway, he got really into it. Like, he went and he ran Black Temple, and he got a fucking Warglaive on his first try. I remember watching that on stream. That was so hype.
Motherfucker.
Oh, what? You don't got them?
No. To be fair, I haven't farmed them, but
I got them both.
I think
I got both on my Demon Hunter.
Yeah. I want both on my rogue.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah. So that account, that BFA one, it got sold. Somebody said ballpark 20 grand.
Oh my god.
Which, I'll be completely honest, if I had 20 grand to throw away that I like would not miss, I would have bought that like immediately.
Yeah, 20 grand seems kind of low. Considering
It does, doesn't it?
Because of
but you got to remember, this wasn't his main account. Like, his main account is still banned.
Mm-hmm.
It will more than likely always will be banned.
But he still has crazy achievements on this account, and it's still his account, you know?
Yeah.
He played on it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was given to a Twitch streamer named Barry74, which I believe was one of Wreckful's friends.
Yeah, one of his good friends.
Yeah. So it's very cool that it's in somebody's relatively safe hands.
Some people are saying it's kind of fucked up though, because he logged in on it and he was like looking at the achievements.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to like log into his mains because he didn't have any time on the account. But he said at the end of this clip I watched that he was gonna add time and then go on the main characters. Some people are saying that's messed up.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. I think it's fucking messed up personally that his brother sold his account.
Yeah, that's the most fucked up part about all of this, that he sold it.
Like, there's people on Reddit trying to justify, like, oh, you know, like, would Wreckful wanted you to sell that, and like anybody with a brain would see that, you know, a piece of somebody is gone and like, hey, it's worth 20 grand. Of course they would sell it.
No,
like,
are you dumb? Like, this is like a huge slap in the face to Wreckful. Like, this is like crazy disturbing the dead type shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. I think it's fucked up that his brother did that.
Mm-hmm. For 20 grand. His brother is
20
worth
Gs.
20 grand.
Yeah, that is.
I wouldn't be caught dead selling anything of like a passed away loved one.
No, like maybe like house and like car and stuff like that, but like it's something like really personal like that is a little different than like, you know, getting rid of somebody's goods out of their fucking apartment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really fucked up. But I'll be completely honest. If I had the cash to throw, I would have bought that.
I also
immediately
bought it. I would have bought it, and I don't think I would have gone on it.
No, absolutely not. I would not have logged in.
Yeah. That's an insane thing. I'm surprised. I'm happy that it ended up in Barry's hands, because I don't think that should have happened. You know, like how did he end up with it in the first place? Like, surely someone would have bought it and wanted to keep it and done all sorts of weird shit. Like,
apparently it got passed around a whole bunch before it ended up in Barry's hands.
Maybe it's just a bunch of people who are trying to like get a quick buck off of Wreckful by upcharging it.
Try to flip it.
Yeah. Like, do we know how much Barry paid for it?
Barry got it for free.
Oh, right. Yeah, someone gave it to him. But I want to know how much that guy paid. because
Yeah.
if the brother only sold it for 20K, I'm sure the price went up as it went around.
It would have to.
Surely.
It's messed up that happened. Wreckville is one of the reasons why I started like getting into content creation, like in general.
Oh yeah.
Like every morning I would wake up and like his editor would post a new Wreckville video like in the mornings,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to watch them before I would go to school or work or whatever.
Damn.
Dude, I remember whenever, dude, I've been around on Twitch for a long time. Like thinking back on it,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best things I remember, one of the best moments was that whenever they added the just chatting section on Twitch,
Oh,
and Wreckville bought one of those. It was like a vegetable platter with like ranch in the middle, and he just sat there. He was eating and talking to people, just having a good time. And fucking NBC wrote an article about him
I don't remember
just
that.
eating on the internet. Like that was some crazy fucking thing that nobody's ever done before. And NBC's like, oh yeah, Twitch streamer Wreckville enjoying a meal, and yeah, he was just hanging out. It was a good time.
I followed him before he was even on Twitch because he used to make guides on Skill Capped, and I was one of those like 15-year-olds who paid for Skill Capped, and so I got to watch all of the top arena pros make videos and shit, and he was one of them, and I loved his rogue videos.
Yeah.
And then he started Twitch streaming. I'm like, hey, I know this guy. He's like one of the top rogues, and he streams with a duck in the background.
Yeah, dude, that fucking duck is cool.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? Did he name it?
I think so, yeah. Oh, we're fake fans. We can't remember.
Bro, do you know how long it's been? He died 5 years ago.
I know.
Almost 6.
I know.
Where does the time go?
Did you watch his Japan streams?
Those were kind of later. Was it with Andy Milonakis?
I think he might have gone at one point with him, but like it was largely like him just walking around Tokyo, getting stream sniped, and just like kind of going with the vibes. No real plan.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's like, to me, he wasn't like the type of person I would expect to be into like Japanese culture or anime and stuff like that, but he just like dropped himself in Tokyo and just kind of figured it out and had a great time.
Yeah,
that's some of like the best stream content I've ever seen.
My favorite was the Pokemon Go. Whenever that was like
he
booming,
pioneered that too,
and everybody was like going out and shit like that, and he was IRL streaming, and he was like interacting with people. He's like, yeah, I just put like a Poke Lure right here, right next to the Poke Stop and shit like that, and like he was helping people get like Dratinis and shit like that. Dude, it was so cool. Wreckville was such a good guy.
Yeah,
it's really unfortunate.
I was fucked up after that. That made me really sad.
It made me sad too.
I've never been sad for a celebrity death until like his death.
One of the coolest things that I've ever seen in WoW specifically was the day that he died. You could go to Stormwind, the church, and there was like 1,000 people there.
Yep.
Every server.
Yep.
It was insane. There was horde people in there. They were just chilling.
I love that.
It was insane. It was an insane time.
Wow, people are great.
They can be.
They can be. I was about to say they can be the worst.
Do you remember? This is fucked up. Going from Wreckville passing away to this. Do you remember it was a classic guild. They were on a PvP server and they were not avenging. They were having a funeral for one of their members who like passed away. It's like classic, like 2004, 2005. And the horde got wind of it. No. Ran up and started killing, and like these people were in like RP clothes and shit like that. They were like in like white gown or like black gowns, like black shirts and shit like that. They're mourners.
Yeah.
And they went there and they fucking slaughtered them during a funeral.
That's vile.
That is vile.
Can you imagine doing that in real life, like pulling up on a funeral and just like moshing or something like that, just like completely disrupting it just because you can?
It depends on who's dead. No, that's fucked up. I would never do that. That reminds me of the meme. It's of this dude, this black dude wearing a suit, and he's like, I had to go to one of my biggest haters' funerals just to make sure that motherfucker was dead. But yeah, no, that's terrible. That's terrible behavior. That is awful.
I can't.
I would never do that.
No. Some people have no heart.
No sympathy.
They should have been banned. Some
A lot of people wanted them banned.
Yeah, something about that feels like against TOS. Is that not disruptive behavior? Justice for chimney time.
Oh God, this again.
Justice for chimney time. They're gonna keep those people unbanned, but they're gonna ban this, this community hero.
Okay, for those who don't know, Chimney Time is a classic player. I don't know if it's hardcore or what,
I'm not
but
sure
what he
either.
does is he gets on top of like the houses in Duskwood, right next to the flight path, and he'll mind control people and put them in the chimney where they cannot get out, and keeping them trapped, and you have to hearth out essentially. Which is, it's okay, like that's fucking funny, but like
It's
if
really
that happened
funny.
to you, you would be fucking pissed off.
I would probably laugh hysterically at first.
And then you're like, damn, yeah, you would laugh at first, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm stuck, and then you'd be like, okay, this is fucking annoying.
No, I would hearth out, and then I probably
Go
wouldn't
back and get
fly
stuck again.
to the same point. I would fly to like a neighboring town or something, and then walk. I think
Yeah.
it's crazy to think that some people hearthed and then flew right back as if it wasn't gonna happen again.
Yeah,
The good old days of no layering.
dude, I think layering killed a lot of like the cool shit in
Oh
WoW.
god, it did. Yeah, I was just talking to my
You know,
girlfriend about
RP
this the
servers
other day.
don't have that.
Not like is that why Moonguard is so poppin'?
It's fucking packed.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no sharding. It's all roleplay realms, not just
Dude.
Moonguard, because it's kind of hard to fucking roleplay if you and your boy try to meet up and, or I guess your e-kitten, whatever you want to call him. It's hard to ERP with your fucking kitten whenever they're in a different phase.
What are we gonna call this episode? Cumdoors and e-kittens?
If you want to upload cum doors and e-kittens, that's a little teaser for the Patreon. If you haven't already, please check us out at patreon.com/undergeared. Very cool stuff. A lot of content going up in the very near future. $1 a month gets you instant access to everything that is too hot for Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple, Amazon, wherever the fuck you're listening to. YouTube even.
Yep.
Cum doors and e-kittens. Bro, I saw this tweet. Speaking of kittens,
Oh god.
it reminds me a lot of our conversation the other day.
Which
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's really recent.
Okay.
This guy said, "Kitten, it hurts daddy a lot when you remind him he's almost 30."
Oh.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah. Why is it funny, huh? Why is that relevant? Huh? That's not relevant to
Well,
us.
No, of course not.
No. Neither of us are pushing 30.
Yeah, neither of us.
Definitely not pushing.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. Fuck. Oof.
Yeah, dude. Grand Theft Auto 6.
I can't believe they delayed it.
I can.
I know a lot
that
of
sounds
people.
right up Rockstar. Okay, dude. If the fact that they released one trailer
Mhm.
and they're like, oh yeah, it's coming out this year, that's bullshit. They would 110% released another one by now.
You think?
I mean, like,
Maybe, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto got fucking delayed like 3 or 4 times. Red Dead got delayed like 3 times.
Mhm.
Like, it's nothing new.
I guess this is just my
But
lack of knowledge.
whole
of the
year.
developer.
One whole year. Comes out May 26, 2026.
Yeah, there's already a Twitter account that has like a progress bar that gets updated.
Oh my God.
A percentage. I follow a similar one for the year.
It's 33%.
For
Years over 33% done already.
Insane.
That is insane. Can you believe that? I saw that tweet.
I still feel like it's just been the New Year's from last New Year's.
Yeah, time is moving so fast.
Too fast. Anyways,
Insane. Insane work.
but yeah, that's why I'm not like too concerned about this delay. I mean, to be fair, I'm not a huge GTA fanboy player, but I am excited to play it because I never.
You haven't even played Red Dead yet.
I know. I gotta play that.
Well, listen, that would be an excellent stream.
Yeah, I got free time on my hands now.
What days?
Wednesday, Thursday. You want to know something? You sent me an in-game mail, and then I think I sent you an in-game mail back with gold.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was supposed to be cash on delivery, but I just sent you gold by accident. And I never mentioned it.
You wanna know what's really funny?
What?
So for your birthday, I sent you I got you potions, stones, a bunch of like couple feasts and shit like that. I also threw in a fucking birthday cake.
You
right?
did?
One of those conjured cakes. 500 gold on the auction house, and this motherfucker let it sit in the mail until it got sent back to me. I have it in my fucking inventory.
No. I forgot to take it out.
You little rat bastard, bro.
It's fine. We can eat it for your birthday on Monday.
That's fucked up, dude. That is genuine. And then he sent me fucking 69 bottles of bleach.
That was you. You sent that to me, and it got
I didn't even
returned.
know bleach was in the game.
Oh, whatever. Of course you did.
Wow.
This guy drinks bleach for breakfast. Of course he knew it was in the game.
Dude, my insides are fucking spotless.
Yeah, no wonder you got an ulcer.
You take that back. I got an ulcer because I have fucking a ton of bile and acid reflux in my stomach.
No, I wonder where that came from. Perhaps the
Surely
bleach.
it wasn't the bleach.
Perhaps the bleach.
No. Bro.
I can't believe it got sent back. I feel bad about that. I forgot.
You should fucking feel bad. I'll send it into the mail. I'll send it back if you want it.
Don't put a cash on delivery, please.
I would not do that.
Okay. Please send it back.
It would be really funny. It'd be really funny if I did like 250,000. You just click on accident.
Oh my god.
I got a ton of money.
Guess what? I don't have that much anymore.
What? You just sold a fucking BOE for 500 G's.
Yeah.
What happened?
I have to buy raid supplies.
What?
It's not cheap being a top parser, dude.
Whoa, hold on. What raid supplies are you buying?
I buy my own flasks. I know we get supplied like a rank 3 usually, but I like having extras.
I got 3 last week.
You got 3?
Yeah.
I thought you could only get 1 from the cauldron.
No, you can get as many.
You
as you
double
want.
dipped?
You just gotta. I triple dipped.
You fucking. Oh my god.
There was like fucking 5 left. People weren't grabbing them, so I'm like,
because everyone is probably perfectly good. Respectful, and they aren't taking more than they need. Everyone's just taking 1. Like me.
Lex said himself, "Don't let those go to waste," and I didn't.
You took 3. You're the motherfucker who goes in to the kitchen at a party and comes out with 3 slices of pizza, and everyone else has 1.
Motherfucker, I'm the one bringing the pizza to the party.
Man,
that's unbelievable.
I didn't know you could double dip because I am also the guy who comes out with 3 slices of pizza.
See?
Because I've been to too many parties where people are like, "Oh, there's extra pizza, everyone. If you want to get more, just come get some." And I'm like, I don't want that to happen again. I'm just going to grab what I usually get.
That is insane work.
No, it's logical.
Okay.
Most logical, my dude.
Speaking of raids, now that we're AOTC, raiders, which only apparently like 9% of players have or something like that. I didn't think it was that fucking low. I thought it was a lot higher than that because like everywhere that I look, I see people with AOTC.
Yeah. Well, then again, we're on like
maybe it's just
popular, like I guess high performing server.
Is Storm Rage a high performing server?
I think a lot of good guilds are on Storm Rage. A lot of good players are on Storm Rage Alliance, at least, because like anytime I fucking look around, everyone's got like similar item level to me.
Yeah.
So Maybe that's why we just keep seeing
only-
AOTC.
If only they could do that in my dungeons.
I know, where are all these players?
Where are all the Storm Ragers at?
Because they're all probably doing 13s and above, which is what
Probably
we
doing
should
it
be
in a
doing.
fucking full group and not pugging.
Yeah.
But speaking of the dungeons and the shit like that, shit's gonna be slowing down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially 2 free days of the week cleared up, which is awesome if you have a busy schedule such as yourself, Mr. Play for one afternoon, maybe a week.
Life is all about balance, okay?
You are terrible at it.
What do you mean? I think I'm pretty good.
You work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend's got you for 1.
Yeah.
Raid 2 nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
Podcast one night.
Mm-hmm.
Editing it another night.
I'm doing the
like-
editing on the same night now. So after we're done this, I have to go edit last week's podcast, or rather this week's,
sweet.
I guess.
This week's,
Yeah.
but last week recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to get it all done in one day.
So, how do you deal with burnout and like the downtime? Because I was talking to Cal earlier.
Mhm.
Like, if I'm not actively doing something with like a group of friends, like I'll just sit there and stare at my Steam library, just like scrolling up and down, and be like, oh yeah, that's a cool game.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe I could play that one, and I just never do. Same thing with Netflix,
Yeah,
Crunchyroll, Paramount, whatever. Like,
definitely.
There needs to be a fucking random like button on all of these websites,
Just
all of these apps.
surprise
Okay,
me.
I'm serious. Like this may be a little personal. There's a random button on fucking Pornhub. I'm serious. They'll give you a random video.
I'm pretty sure there is one for Crunchyroll, or no, it's My Anime List. If you've ever used that before,
Oh my god.
dude, we're going back. My Anime List will like give you a random suggestion for an anime to
Yeah.
watch, which I've never used, like, because I don't know, I like watching what I want to watch. I'm not usually the type to just like take a chance on something that I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I don't want to waste my time, but to some people that might be fun.
See, I mean, I thought like I could make like an app or something like that would like sync with all of these like different ones, and like let's say you wanted to watch an action movie, so you press action, you hit the streaming services that you have, boom, it'd give you an
I'm
action
pretty
movie,
sure that exists.
like a random one. I'm pretty sure it does too, but I'd like to pretend like I did it personally.
I don't think it works
Um,
for all the streaming services, but I'm pretty sure there's something like that for Netflix.
Netflix is like the worst streaming service though.
They
Netflix fucking sucks
they
ass.
used to be goated.
Yeah, they used to be goated when they had a monopoly on everything,
Yeah.
and everything was on there.
That's how it should be. I don't give a
Yeah, one media conglomerate makes one app and everything's on there.
Well, yeah, because now you
Great for
got,
consumers.
dude, we've got 10 fucking streaming services plus. Okay, how is that better for consumers? Now we got to pay
It's
10
not.
times the subscriptions if we want to get
It's-
everything.
It's the same as fucking paying for cable.
I've never done that in my life.
What's really messed up is these fucking streaming services. They'll give you one for cheaper, but you have ads.
Yeah, that's really icky. That they've started
Hulu
doing
and
that.
Amazon do that specifically,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucked up because like, okay, I'll be honest, I don't have Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't watch any sort of Prime stuff, and I don't have Netflix either.
Netflix
and,
also does it.
Yeah, I don't have those two, and I don't have HBO as well. But pretty much everything else I have, and it pisses me off. All right, I hate whenever I update my Chrome and like the first YouTube video that I click on has an ad. I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be. Nothing ruffles my feathers more than a fucking advertisement. That's why
Dude.
I pay for the premium.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
And
a
what's
dollar or
fucked up
$2
is
extra.
I pay for the premium on Hulu. Like I paid the big boy premium where I get Disney Plus added, ESPN Plus, and live TV. Right?
Mhm.
I pay the big boy one.
They got all your money.
On my fucking iPad, I still get fucking ads just on my iPad.
What?
Not on my fucking TV, not on my phone, computer, nothing.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's
I would
just
be
my
outraged.
iPad. I am outraged, bro. I don't want to see.
Dude,
I don't want to see those fucking ads.
I see ads on Prime, even though I have the no ad version for Prime, but it's ads for their stuff, and you can skip it right away. But the fact you interrupted the start of my movie because you want to fucking advertise another one of your things is icky to me. I'm already paying to not see this.
No, yeah, I get that. It's annoying.
Advertisements are annoying. Get rid of them.
So let me ask you this: what now that you got a little free time, what are you gonna be playing besides WoW?
I don't know. Like
Schedule 1.
Schedule 1, I think a little bit more because we're closing in on the end. I feel like for our playthrough.
Bro, they just updated it. They added a new building.
Did they?
There's a storage warehouse.
Oh, the update's out
over by the parking garage. Yeah.
Okay, we got to check that out.
Yeah.
But even with that, I feel like we're still closing in on the end of our drug days.
Dude,
yeah, no.
I want to do the coke. Dude, apparently the coke is an insane process. It's like 8 steps or something like that.
8 steps, but it's like the most lucrative thing. Like they sell for a shit ton.
Well, yeah, it's fucking cocaine, bro.
Well, I don't know anything about coke, man. I don't know how expensive
I don't
it
either.
is.
I actually don't either.
I want to play Subnautica with the boys. It's just those are kind of like the 2 main games that I can think of that I want to play in the off season. Still playing WoW. Like I haven't stopped. I'm on my 6th or 7th level 80. I'm trying to level.
Good lord.
I'm trying to like with this. I think I mentioned this before. Like with the XP boost, I want to get a max level character for every class. Just so I have them on reserve in case I want to switch or whatever. And I also just want max professions.
We fucked up not abusing that time walking last week.
Yeah, I forgot it fucking... I didn't know that it was ending so soon because I went to go do dungeons yesterday.
I thought the thing was I thought it like every week it was going to be a different time walking thing because that's what it was the last time this Mysterious Fortunes buff was here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, like because now I'm stuck without time walking, and I'm doing normal dungeons which are all right, but
you're not nearly as good.
No, not as like efficient because like at least with the time walking you have max level characters and characters of all levels queuing for it, so the queues are pretty quick. Mm-hmm. But now with just doing the War Within dungeons normal, that's just 70 and above.
Yeah, they're ass.
Yeah, they suck.
Oh, did you hear that Battle for Azeroth time walking is apparently gonna be a thing?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, is it already that time?
Battle for Azeroth came out 7 years ago.
Dude, that like something becoming time walking is like the equivalent of realizing like you're old in like WoW terms, you know, like someone calling your music retro or vintage.
Oh my god, that reminds me, on my way home from Wyoming, we were listening to a radio station, a local radio station in Nebraska, and they're like, here at fucking 65.0 nonstop classic rock, and then it plays a Green Day song.
No.
I was like, this is fucking offensive. That was bad. That was tragic. But I was so upset when he did that.
Also, to be fair, Green Day, they came out in like the 90s, right? They started making music in the 90s. Yeah, but
the song that he played was like fucking mid-2000s, bro.
Yeah, but look at it this way. When we were living through the mid-2000s, that was the same amount of time. Like, the mid-2000s from now is the same amount of time from mid-2000s to like the 70s or the 80s. So
yeah, that's fair.
We are classic music.
Okay, but listen, we can talk about music all day, but I ain't gonna. All right, we're fucking ancient. BFA, long time ago, very long time ago. The list is a Taldazar, Freehold, King's Rest, Shrine of the Storm, Temple of Seth Rallis, and Waycrest. Man, I bet Temple of Seth Rallis is gonna piss a lot of people off. A lot of people forget about that, like the room with the eyes.
Yeah, maybe they'll change it.
Cram the jewel. Maybe. Hopefully you only need one.
Yeah.
But the mount that you get from the time walking, did you ever do Tazavesh?
No.
Okay, well there's a dragon that gets it's a meme like our captain turned into a dragon.
Oh, I've seen this on Wowhead.
Yes, this is the mount for it. And if I remember, I'll put a picture of it up on screen for the YouTube listener or YouTube watchers.
That's so
those
cool.
fellows, the enjoyers. I will probably forget, so I apologize.
Damn. He got a good old head.
But yeah, dude, it's sick. It's a cool mount.
Wait, he's got a hook on his tail.
Yeah, dude, it's a pirate.
Oh my god, the attention to detail.
I thought you said pirates weren't cool.
This dragon dressed up as a pirate is cool.
What about the parrots that are pirates?
Also cool.
See?
Pirates are not cool.
But a man dressed up like a pirate is not cool?
No man.
Only animals? Little sus. Little suspect, bro.
Whatever, man. You can't deny. Your dog dressed up as a pirate would be fucking awesome.
We dressed her up as a UPS delivery person.
See, that's adorable.
Yeah, that was really cool. And she's not a huge fan of like costumes or like clothing. She just kind of fucking stood there with the UPS outfit on and the hat on.
Oh, see, that's like my favorite thing, but it's also kind of sad when like animals don't know what to do when they have clothes on.
Yeah.
They turn into mannequins. Their whole body seizes up. They don't know how to process, basically.
Bro, listen. Okay.
That game,
I've mentioned League of Legends a lot.
That game inhibits happiness in your life.
It does. It does. Okay, listen. League of Legends was one of the reasons why I fucking dropped out of school. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dropped out of college. That wasn't a joke.
Yeah, I believe it.
I burned through all of my fucking tuition money. So the first 2 years were paid for, but the last 2 weren't. And I had enough to go all 4, but like I really wasn't vibing with it. So I spent all that money on fucking Hextech loot crates, like the loot boxes. I spent all of it.
Okay, not vibing with school. That's one thing. It's good on you for figuring out this wasn't your path. Spending it all on loot crates. I don't know about that one.
Bro, and it wasn't just League of Legends that I did that on. I did that on H1Z1 as well.
No.
Counter-Strike. I was bad with Counter-Strike because the knives were fucking so sick.
At least Counter-Strike, you can make the money back if you get a really crazy drop.
And honestly, dude, so I had, for everybody out there who is in the know of Counter-Strike skins, I had a factory new bayonet Doppler phase 4. It was all blue. It might have been a phase 2 actually. I don't remember the specifics, but it was all blue. It was very beautiful, and I love that fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about
sold that bitch for $350.
Ooh,
which was fucking nice.
I would have been stoked.
That knife now goes for like fucking $5,000.
No, dude, you sold too early.
Bro, I needed money for fucking food. I was about to go fucking start. Well, granted, I could go a couple days without a meal. But anyway, I didn't want to.
Maybe you should have kept a better hold on your tuition money then, perhaps.
Yeah, that is fair. That is a fair assessment. But let me tell you something. I'm now fucking against loot boxes in video games.
Yeah,
all right? I think they are targeted towards children most of the time.
They're just weird. I don't want a chance at like getting something cool, and I also don't like battle passes either.
I don't like battle passes either. I think they're fucking waste of time.
Yeah, like think about all of the development time, all the art that could be going into like gear and shit that you can acquire in the game instead of like paying money to get the cool stuff.
Dude,
it's icky.
If you want to talk about the worst battle passes in games and loot boxes, Smite's loot boxes were so fucking bad.
I didn't know they had loot boxes.
Okay, so they have these chests, and with gems, right, which is Smite's like premium currency. I think it's essentially $1 per 100, roughly. Well, it takes anywhere from like 250 to like upwards of like 600 gems to roll. And like what happens is they'll take a chest and it'll be like a themed. So like Halloween. You'll have all the Halloween skins in there.
Mm. They've done that
And
for
then they'll
Overwatch
add some
as well.
Yeah. They'll have them as like all the rewards, but you have to buy a roll at the chest.
Huh?
You can't, at least that's how it used to be. So like there's Mariachi Loki, for example, is in the Halloween chest. If you wanted to guarantee that you got Mariachi Loki, you would have to swipe your credit card like 16 times to get 16 spins. If you wanted to guarantee it, now you could get lucky early, but if you wanted that skin specifically, you'd essentially have to buy the whole chest.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some chests that have like 5 things in it, and then there's some chests that have like 400 things in them.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super, super predatory, and it definitely printed them a ton of money. And I like Smite. I think it was a cool game. But Jesus Christ, dude, those fucking chests were annoying.
Yeah, get them out.
Get them the fuck out of there.
I'm okay with a microtransaction shop where you can buy the exact thing you want for a fair price. I think there's a lot of shops that are fucking overpriced. WoW specifically.
$15 per fucking Fortnite skin, bro.
That's okay. $15 for a skin, I think is like my limit. Anything more than that, it's like you're pushing it. Unless this is like the crazy coolest fucking skin, ultimate whatever. Like the ultimate skins in League of Legends, I was okay spending like $30 on them.
Yeah, I mean, those were like premium ones, but like League of Legends skins used to be $10. They used to be like 980 RP or some shit like that.
Yeah, but those were
and
like,
now they're more expensive. Now they're like fucking 12, anywhere from like 12 to like $18 a piece.
Yeah, they're all minimum like that because I think that's what the community wanted. Ultimately, they had like different tiers of skins, and those cheaper ones weren't selling because people didn't really want them. They weren't that interesting, so they started prioritizing more elaborate skins, which I don't blame them.
Well, listen, if you want to go into the downfall of Riot Games, I can fucking talk your ear off about that.
That's another topic for another day.
Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of the Undergeared podcast. It has been a blast. Many highs, many lows, many off topics. I've been your host, Harv.
I'm Sue.
Thank you so much for listening. See you next time.
Bye.